Hey, trying to do a little bit in the burgers and blitzes. We're trying to add a little bit in the burgers and blitzes, blickers and blitzes, burgers and blitzes. You know who it is. It's Big Gang James and my dog Mike White in the great outdoors. Show him the great outdoors, Mike.
Oh, well, shit. Chilling,
Baling
chilling,
hay, big
baling
yard,
hay. Not
dogs
yet. Hey,
everywhere. Hey,
yeah,
ain't
dogs
baling hay,
everywhere.
dogs
Neighbor's
everywhere.
dog was over here earlier. So,
Gone bad, hey. What's up, early bud? Los Altos, if I said it correctly. Get on in the building, man. Come on, y'all know what it is. It's burgers and blitzes. We ain't talked since the draft. Now it's the after draft, and people was hitting me up like, I know Mike's mad. I know Mike's mad. Get on there. And then I made a video, and I said I had to. You should have watched my video, Mike, because I talked about you in this video.
dude, I was
You
so
should have
damn
watched it.
busy, bro.
What up, Vondell? You should have. I'm gonna tag you and go listen to this video
All
because
right.
we was talking about receiver thing. What's up, Dallas Hard Hitter? What's up with y'all? But we are back. First of all, happy anniversary to you. You just had 11th anniversary, 11th year anniversary. That's big. A lot of people don't stay together long nowadays, so that's huge. And shout out to the lady who's so great in
Thank
the
you, sir.
background. Even though you never see her, she's always handling her business. So it's a good thing. Todd Church says, are we trading for a wide receiver too?
No,
Murphy Anderson.
no,
Nope.
no. When, I mean, show me any evidence of the contrary that they would actually do something like that. They love
Right.
their picks too much.
Right.
They love their picks too much. And they traded, if you ask them, they traded for their wide receiver too with Mingo.
Yeah. I mean, we
That's
all know
why
that. We all know that.
that's why that's why I knew that if they didn't take one in the
That's what it
first, we were
was.
cooked. They were cooked. That's when it'll have to happen. It'll have to be like when they went and panicked and had to get a Maury because the season was going to fold.
So if you had the choice between Keenan Allen or Murray, who would you want if they're both out there?
I don't unless something. I just don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell that Maury would ever be back here. I really don't.
I don't believe that either, Mike. I mean, people keep talking about him, maybe, but I just feel like that did not end good in Dallas.
No,
Jerry and them, I know Libra gang. I'm telling y'all, Jerry ain't like, I don't want to deal with that no more. Like there was too much with it, in my opinion, of the back and forth. And I feel like on a 1 year deal or a 2 year deal, you're not gonna get that from a Keenan Allen. That's because I feel like he's. I'm not saying Amari's a pro. I'm just saying Keenan is more leader-ish to me than Amari. And I feel like he would buy into the program. He already played with a rookie quarterback, so he had to buy into something. He played with 11 years over career at Chargers. You gonna tell me he wouldn't blend with Dak? He wouldn't blend with CD? He wouldn't blend with this damn team? You're not gonna tell me Keenan Allen wouldn't be able to do that?
bro. I've been trying to get Keenan Allen here for a decade, but just like with me, it's just like the Hopkins thing. It's like I don't now that he can get here, I really don't want him.
Why?
Like he, he's
You
just
want to do
old.
it? Okay, he's old, but let me ask you this. You saying he's old. 33 is not, maybe in football years it's old, but he don't play old. It's different when you say somebody is old. If you're going to say the difference between the two players, to me, Amari Cooper plays old now more than a Keenan Allen.
Amari was he was drafted old. He's been old since his senior year of college.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, he been that. But when I watched Keenan, I just watched him last year do this double move in the red zone on this dude, and he killed this young corner, made him look silly. He's still able to do that. You had 70
Hmm.
catches for 707 touchdowns with the dude who held the ball for 13 seconds every freaking play before he threw the ball. And you expect him to be able to play under them. That whole receiving core was frustrated with Caleb Williams last year. And you still pulled off 70 catches. He did not look like he was old in Chicago. I'm not going by, and I'm not saying you, Mike. I'm not going by people who just look at numbers because I went and watched him. He's not old looking when he played last year. So just
I
because
that's
his age is 33, he's not an old looking player. If anything, I want him over Amari because Amari looks old when I watch him play.
The reason I say that is he's old for this team. I just don't. And if of the choices that he has, he's probably got one, maybe 2 more years crack at it
That's
to go
fine.
to
You
go
don't
get
want
a
him no
ring,
more.
right? Why are you going to tally up to here?
But he said, you know what? His preference to Chargers. Chargers ain't getting no ring this year, even though they got a damn good coach and good foundation. Rams. He said Rams because
I
he wants to stay on the West Coast, and I don't think Stafford doing it again, even though they got a good coach over there.
I just think he's going to San Francisco personally.
He wants to stay on the West Coast.
I think he's going to San Francisco. They need somebody.
But I'm
They
saying
ain't got.
that's West Coast, and he likes the West Coast.
Yeah,
That's where he's from.
yeah.
You know, whatever, man. If they get Amari, I said I wouldn't hate on him, but maybe I would
I
hate
just
on him a
don't
little
see it,
bit.
dude. I just don't.
I just don't want him
There's two.
sulking. Don't come over here and sulk. Just play football. If you come over here, bro, just play football. But see, you know
Oh,
what? It's a difference.
he's magically going to change. This is who he
No,
is.
I know, but let me play this about. Can I play this about my dog Lieber Gang Schottenheimer? Can I play this clip?
Sure.
Hey, this is a great clip. You don't like the coach, Mike?
No, I don't.
You don't like Schottenheimer? Brian
No,
Schottenheimer?
no.
Oh boy, you tripping? I'm playing it. All right, y'all, listen to this right quick. So tell me if you think he's lying right here when I'm saying this.
Kind of say, okay, hey, this is the period or two I want to go check out on defense.
John Machado with The Athletic. You've already been in the building, and I know you want to be authentic to yourself. Have you had to change anything in terms of the way that you carry yourself around the players or anything like that now that being the head coach, different from what your previous role?
No. I think I've always been someone that believes in connection, getting to know these guys. I've always been someone that's able to be demanding, and I'm pretty good at disciplining guys. Not really, man. I just, I promised myself, John, when I got this opportunity, that I wouldn't change, because I think I've seen too many people change. And I think the guys I've seen change, I'm not going to name them, they weren't very successful. And I plan on being really successful. And the reason I think that I'll do that is because of my values, my beliefs, and how hard I work, but also the fact that I'm going to be me, and I'm not.
So he's pump faking.
Guys that refuse, it's a contradictory statement, and I would like to ask him what does he mean by change? Because you
Okay.
have to change in this league, or you are Jason Garrett, or you are Mike Vrabel,
Don't call.
or
Yeah,
you are what?
Jason Garrett, man. I'm not listening to that Jason Garrett shit.
Guys that refuse to
This is
change.
not no freaking J. That's the laziest. That's the laziest comparison ever. I prove them wrong, Schottenheimer, because they're starting to call you Garrett. I hope you just whoop ass now, because I hate that fucking comparison. Excuse my language.
All right, Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick, Jeff Fisher,
Jeff Fisher.
Sean Payton.
What about him?
They refuse to change.
Why did those guys win?
No,
Sean Payton didn't win anything. Bill Belichick didn't win anything.
he had
Mike Vrabel.
Sean Payton. Sean Payton got one title out of prime Drew Brees. Bill Belichick wasn't shit without Brady. Vrabel's never won a damn thing.
Well, so I'm talking about if he's sitting there saying I'm not going to change. I don't think he's
That's
sitting
what
there
I
saying
that's what I
that's.
want to dig into is what
He's
change
not
do you mean?
saying I'm not going to always evolve. I'm just not going to change the person who I am, no matter what's going on out here, because that's what he's talking about. People may have been coming one way, and then when they start getting this and that, now they changed and become different type of weird coaches and things like that. And he
I
said
can
they were
see that point as
successful.
well. That's
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 what he's
that's my
talking
point.
about.
There's two different ways you can interpret that.
I'm
And
telling you,
I
that's
don't
what
think
it
either
is.
one of us are wrong. I'm just saying that phrase could be interpreted two different ways. One of them's really good. One of them isn't.
Well, the one that isn't, that's not him. I'm telling you, it's not him.
That's easy to say. I would love to believe you. We have no evidence contrary.
He's going to
We
show
have no
you.
evidence to back. We have no evidence to back my point up.
He's going to show you.
I
You
I
know, I'm
hope
gonna tell
I
you right,
hope he does.
because I don't believe in no. I didn't believe in Garrett when he came on. Only coach that last good coach we had was to me was Parcells. Um, I didn't believe in none of these guys. I didn't believe none of the foo when Jason Garrett was talking. It wasn't even believable when he talked that crap to me. And this ain't, I'm not even saying it's believable because I just believe this person, the connection I see, what he's talking about, the values. When he's talking about those values, he's talking about core values of, look, we're going to work hard, we're going to do these things. It ain't just saying, oh, we're not, oh, Jason Garrett, we're going to do this the right way. It ain't just that. Because, when I heard Garrett, that shit just was not believable, dog. That shit was just so robotic. This is not robotic. This is really from the heart. This is really saying, when I told myself I could finally get this opportunity, I'm gonna do it the right way, but I'm not gonna change who I am just to get this first opportunity. And that's what I believe it is, and that's what I think you're gonna see.
Well, he's been a coordinator for what
That
15
doesn't
years.
mean anything. That
Hey,
he said he had some opportunities and he said he wasn't ready. What's wrong with that?
did he say that?
Yeah, he said that. These opportunities weren't the right opportunities for me. And that's telling me, you know what? I probably wasn't kind of ready. And he said it when he was talking to this lady. I can't remember. I'll go find the interview where he says, look,
So we're talking. We're living in a land
he's not getting
where
Isaiah Bond.
there's only 32 of these jobs in the world. Several open every single year, and none of them were ever a fit for you.
No, it's not like he
That's
said
what
he had five
that's what we're led.
opportunities.
That's what we're supposed
He's
to
not.
believe.
It's not like he said he had five opportunities. He didn't say like there was a lot of opportunities. He just said it wasn't his time and wasn't ready for it. This time
I
he bet on himself this time, and maybe things happen for a reason. And now he felt like this was the right time to do it. Just all the alarm, everything aligned up, and he's ready to take hold of this. And I believe it. Now, I don't know. The problem is, my problem still is with Stephen Jones because I feel like if he would let go a little and really let this man really do it and really go get him just a few things, like you could just go get a receiver. Hell, you could do a Nick Chubb for a power back and you could do Michael be right back. You can do those things. The problem is you don't have full, in my opinion, management or office saying, okay, you know what, you're a handpicked guy, whatever you need, because they went out and got guys as far as has-beens, but at the left guard position to shore it up. But then he was like, I need some real guys, and they got Booker. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he wants to have a super competitive team. I feel like he wants to have it to where the money don't. Remember, you said the call comes from the house. I want to see that change. I want to see him fight that. And I believe he will fight that. There's going to be resistance, and the resistance, in my opinion, will still be Stephen Jones. And I believe this. Mike, I ain't gonna just believe in no coach, dog. And I don't drink Kool-Aid, and I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid for him. I just really think that this is the type of guy that Dallas Cowboys needs to give this front office pushback, particularly Steven, particularly him, and give it in a way where he can't really fight it. He's got to. I'm telling you, this is it's going to be some mental warfare going on right there. But if they really let him have his vision and his way and let him be able to do it how he wants to do, I believe the culture will change in that building. I believe they will win. It's going to still be in front office. Well, man, would they get this player, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to give him the full backing, because I feel like if they just gave him the full backing and just moved out the way, like some of these other organizations, like the Eagles or the Rams and things like that, Dallas would be competing for championships. That is the issue. There is not a lack of talent. There really isn't a lack of talent year in and year out with Dallas. Goofy coaching mistakes. You said it with McCarthy, Mike. I agree with you. I didn't agree with you in the beginning. I had to watch it and see it for myself. I had to study it when you were telling me about it. And I said, damn it, I read it and I said, he's right. But in this, I want you to kind of trust me on this one. I trust you with McCarthy. I want you to kind of trust me with this one with Schottenheimer.
No, okay. So here's the deal with that: the teams that you say get out of the way and let them go, say Philly, Detroit, L.A., San Francisco. These teams that constantly make moves and try to do the best they can to stay involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's not just the coach. If you're telling me this 30-year-old Tiger is going to magically change its stripes and become an actual GM coach cohabitation partnership, man, that's a tough sell. That's something I'm going to have to see
Okay,
because
so
I,
but did it happen in
I don't
Cincinnati?
care if Scotty is the greatest coach that's ever graced the field.
Did it happen in Cincinnati?
No.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
What do you
Because
mean?
okay, I'm gonna break it down to you. Mike Brown is one of the worst, and he's been one of the worst since I've lived in Ohio, and I've lived out here half of my life, half in Texas. And Mike Brown is the absolute worst, the absolute cheapest, and he was the only one besides Jerry Jones that had the owner, GM, president title, and he ran that organization in the ground. Players hated him. Players left because he was one of the cheapest out there. He finally got out the way for a little bit, stepped down as like the acting GM, let his other people take over. They drafted Burrow. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but they went right to it. And they just signed both receivers. He would never do that before, ever, ever, because he's one of the cheapest owners in the NFL, period, and it's been documented. Go look at it.
That was
So if you're
and that
telling
wasn't
me, hold up.
that wasn't smart.
Did they go to the Super Bowl now? You said a Tiger can
Okay, so
magically
now we're
change his.
giving out participant. All right, so
I
let's
ain't no
go hand out.
participating. No. Okay, well, when's the last? So okay, so Dallas go to Super Bowl and they lose. You ain't gonna feel good about well, damn, and they competed in it. You're not gonna like you lost the Super Bowl, but you're gonna be like, okay, there's some change right there because that ain't been
What's up?
happening in 30 freaking years.
What's up with the Henderson contract? Because they're about to lose him because they paid Higgins. They paid the number 2 wide receiver, and you don't pay number 2 wide receivers. And whoever's decision that was to do that was stupid.
That was
If
Joe
that was the
Burrows.
coach, that was
Joe
stupid.
Burrow was
If that
crying
was Joe
about that.
Burrows, that was stupid. You go get
So
one.
if Dak was
You
crying
don't.
about that, would you call Dak stupid?
Yes.
Okay, I want to see that one because you
It
love
was
some damn
stupid
Dak.
when they
You don't
paid
say one
Gallup. It
damn
was
thing.
stupid when they.
When he
It was
was hurt,
stupid when Buffalo.
I
It
feel
was
you.
stupid when Buffalo paid Beasley. It was
Is it
stupid
stupid
when they.
when Philadelphia paid
Yes.
and they won Super
Yes,
Bowl?
because they don't even throw the damn ball.
Okay, it was stupid to get him.
You
They
don't
could have
pay
kept
number 2
Devontae
wide
Adams.
receivers. You don't.
Okay.
You don't. Especially when your premier edge rusher, the best defensive player you've probably had in the history of your damn team, isn't showing up to camp because he don't have a contract.
He's gonna fall off the hill.
I 100% agree with that.
So
So they're probably
why the
smart
hell?
in not doing that.
Yeah, because he's gonna fall off the hill. He's over 30 years old. He's gonna fall off the hill, and they're smart by not paying him. He could go somewhere. I can get some young people. Now, where they effed up was they got the wrong edge guy at 17 that got that developmental dude. That was stupid. That was stupid. They could have got somebody way better than that. That was dumb.
So did the coach want that? Because the coach wanted Booker.
I don't know.
The coach wanted the guard, one of the least ROI positions you could possibly take at the top of the draft. I'd rather them taking the damn Hampton. How much are we going to pour into this offensive line? How much are we going to pour into it? You got one damn receiver. You got half a tight end. You've got one cornerback. You've got one edge rusher. You finally went and got one in the second. Hopefully he turns into something. Meanwhile, if CeeDee Lamb goes down for 2 weeks, much less a month, you are fucked. 100%.
But isn't that what I'm talking about where front office needs to be like, okay, well, we got the trenches now, let's get heavy in this. See, this is their fault then, right? This is not the coach, this is their fault. Because
the coach wanted Booker. This is the problem. They empower their coaches for better and for worse.
Golden was a reach at 12.
For better and for worse, they empower their coaches. That's how you end up with guys like Taco and Hill and Tyler Smith. So credit where it's due, right? That's how you end up guys
Cooper
with
Beebe.
Schoonmaker. That's how you end up guys with BB.
You don't
That's how
like
you
him?
get
You loved him.
That's how you get Dak Prescott.
But do you like Cooper
That
Beebe?
I just said I did. It was my favorite pick of the draft. We talked about
Right.
it for
Okay.
all off season.
So you're not
But
going
I'm
to.
not.
I understand what you're saying, Mike, but come on, dog. Just hear me on this, dog. I get what you're saying about the damn receiver, but you need to. Dak Prescott can't run no more. He can't run no more. You seen when he tried to run, he blew his leg out. He looks like he labors every time he runs. You need to build that pocket around him. He's a pocket quarterback. You need that center and the two guards to give him that protection, because when he gets that pressure up the middle, you cannot say it yourself. You know it yourself. He starts looking at that pass rush, and the mistakes happen when his feet get off balance. You said
You know
he's a
why?
rhythm. Hold
You know
on,
why
let me finish. He's a rhythm quarterback, and you said he got to play in rhythm. Isn't he playing in rhythm when he got good protection?
Plays in rhythm when motherfuckers are open. Ain't nobody open, dude. I don't care if you got 7 seconds in the pocket if ain't nobody open.
Mine was trash last year.
It was not. It
Pass
was not.
protection.
The offensive line's
Pass
problem since
protection.
2017. The offensive line's problem since
So you want Brock Hoffman
2017.
in. So you want Brock Hoffman starting, right?
The offensive line's
Answer that.
problem since 2017 is they haven't had 5 consistent starters for more than 5 games at a
So
time.
you want Brock Hoffman to
Show
start then.
me a healthy offensive line for a season, and I'll show you a good offensive line.
Answer that
They
question.
haven't been healthy.
Answer the question. So you want a Brock Hoffman in. Starting.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not.
How
He's
many
a
more?
backup. He ain't got
How about-
no power.
okay.
He's gonna get his ass kicked. You're in delusional world. That's the world you live in.
All right.
Thinking Brock
All right.
Hoffman is gonna start
I'm in
and be a
delusional world.
beater.
Meanwhile, we ain't picked
Watch
we
it.
ain't picked.
Don't say no when that offensive line is beastie then.
Okay, cool.
Don't
Who's
say
he
that.
throwing to? CeeDee Lamb and some guys from fucking Walmart.
Okay.
Because they're not trading for anybody. I love the draft.
That's front office fault then. That's
I
the front.
love the
That's
draft.
working in hand to hand then. You're talking about, you just said the Eagles, we just named all them organizations. They work hand to
Okay, so
hand.
now
The
Shoddy.
hold up. The owner, the general manager, and coach work hand in hand. Okay. See, that's the problem. General manager and coach work hand in hand. Hey, I need to get this because I want this offensive line solidified. Because guess what? They got the best offensive line in football. That's why they ran it down people's throats. And guess what? They got the best defensive line in football. That's why they kicked the Chiefs' ass and won the Super Bowl. They won in the trenches. They won in the trenches. That's why they won the Super Bowl. The trenches.
Meanwhile, they have.
You said they didn't throw the ball.
They traded for AJ Brown.
And what did he do when they went to the Super Bowl year? AJ Brown went crazy. Then they built them trenches up and they won the Super Bowl. So what you telling me, Mike?
I'm telling you that you want to give Shoddy all the credit and none of the blame, because I literally just talked about how the front office and the coach have to work side by side.
They do.
And if they do not trade for a wide receiver, then that is on Shoddy as well.
How? Because the front office has the money and Stephen Jones is the scary one. Stephen Jones don't want to spend the money. So how is it Shoddy fault when he ain't got the money?
He gets all the credit. He gets all the credit for the draft. Lieber gang, I get you. We're gonna run. We're gonna do. He gets all the credit. But when we're running out there with CeeDee Lamb and Jalen fucking Tolbert as wide receiver too, it's not his fault.
That's on the front office because you started in the trenches. That's all. You played offensive lineman. Damn it. They always start in the trenches. And then from there, your front office got to go out there and get people. That's on the front office now because I want to win in the trenches. When we win in the trenches, we win. Now, front office, go get me a receiver because that's what I need. And if the front office don't do it, namely Stephen Jones, that's the front office fault.
Okay, so it's not Shoddy's at all for not pushing for it because you talk about how they're supposed to work together?
He's not? He said, I want to have speed. I can't control Stephen Jones' cheap ass. He cheap. That's his fault.
Okay, so the coach doesn't matter now.
He does
when we're
matter.
blame.
If we're on that field, Mike, and we ain't doing shit, I'm gonna sit there and say it too about Schottenheimer. I've already said it. I believe a lot in you, but it don't mean a damn thing if you don't win games.
Fucking Marty Ball. It's Marty Ball.
Is it Marty ball? It was Marty's fault when Ernest Bynum fumbled the damn ball at the goal line.
Hey,
Hey, then he would have went. So it ain't his fault then, was it?
we're halfway to OTAs, and I don't like the team did not get any better from the draft
What?
as far as win
Man,
loss percentage goes. You got nothing that moves the needle. All these trenches talk and all this shit is fun. How the hell are you
it's
going to
not
score
fun.
points?
It's not fun because you're going to be able to run the ball. So you don't like Jaden Blue?
Everybody
Do you
was
like
tearing
Jaden
my
Blue?
ass.
Do you like Jaden
Everybody was
Blue?
tearing my ass up when I said they might go offensive line first round, and then they took offensive line. Everybody said, "Oh, it's Booker. Oh, praise be Jesus.
Hey, I
It's
wasn't.
trenches. We're
Did you hear me?
trenches. We're
Hey, did you
trenches
hear me
again."
say I was on my other show saying I didn't want Booker at 12. I wanted to get him later if you could get him. I said I wanted to get McMillan. Whose fault is that? Front office's fault for trading their dumbass pick and getting Mingo. Because if you would have kept that 4th-round pick and then you came into the draft this year, maybe you could have bargained that 4th and moved up and got McMillan, and then we wouldn't be crying about it. So it was front office's dumbass fault for picking him in the first place. So it's their fault. I didn't have nothing to do with that. Somebody going dumbass spending a 4th round on Mingo when you could have used that pick to move up and get McMillan. Because now when you was talking to Carolina and trading, they were like, oh yeah, y'all want McMillan? Trade with us again because we already fleeced you for the 4th rounder.
Carolina trading up for that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I'm saying
That's
Carolina,
that was
Carolina had that pick in Dallas, and then we're talking about, and Dallas was talking about trading up. But Carolina was like, nah, y'all gonna give us something because we want we know you want McMillan. That McMillan and Bryce Young shit ain't even gonna work. That was a terrible combination pick. Terrible. Dallas wanted McMillan. I know they did, and they wanted Luther Burden. You can't tell me they didn't want Luther Burden in that second. They did, and then the Bears went and took his ass because I think they would have got Burden in that second round, and they wouldn't have got Ariza.
Tet going to Carolina. It's like how I felt when Neighbors went to New York. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna waste this man's career.
Right. To
They're
me, that
gonna
was like
wait.
a
They're gonna
spike
waste.
pick. They need a
They're gonna
defense.
waste. And then to
That
make
was a
matters
spike
worse,
pick.
the wide receiver I actually wanted goes to a place where he's probably going to ball the fuck out as sort of Jordan Love comes back to being a rational quarterback.
But guess what, though, Mike? Let's keep it real. That was the perfect spot for him to go because he wasn't a 12. He was more of a 20.
And I get that. And I talked about that leading up to this was a bad draft. It's a bad draft. That's why all these people were in the top 10 were trying to bail out, but nobody wanted to come up. Nobody wanted
Yeah,
to touch that.
you're right.
So that,
Carolina picked McMillan out of
and
spite, though,
I,
in my
I am
opinion.
not, I am not in the business of having a shitty season and getting, say, top 15. We'll be generous here. We'll say top 15. Typically, I want, top 10, top 12. Getting top 15 of the draft and picking up an extra, maybe 2026, like next year's 2, to fall back 7 or 8 spots and miss your guy. That's you're already there. There's overpays and there's picks that hit. You make the smartest decision you can, and any overpay doesn't fucking matter. Just like when I talk about trading for a wide receiver, like trading the 2 for Pickens. People, oh, that's too much. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, cool. I trade the 2026 2 for a wide receiver, insert name. I don't care who it is. He's a 1-year rental, right? We already know the Cowboys aren't going to give him a new contract because they've already got too much money out there. So insert whatever name you want. With the 2026 2, you go get me a wide receiver. We have him next year. He gets bought out because they'll never win a bidding war. He goes to whatever team, Jacksonville or Arizona, all these teams that got money flying around because, they draft so shit, they never have a chance to pay anybody. Then you get your 4th-round comp pick back. If you made the playoffs out of that, much less the NFC Championship game, was that not worth it? That 2026 2? and you get you end up getting a 2027 fourth rounder back because the guy's going to get bought out from you.
I never disagree with you with that, Mike. I'm just saying.
But they're not going to do it.
I know that's not. I don't believe that's Schottenheimer's fault. I feel like that's the guy that you despise and you always talk about. That's him. He is the one that stays in the way of this. I believe Schottenheimer wants what you're talking about, but he is so damn cheap with it. He's like, no, well, let's see. That's him, because any person in a right mind will not see you got talent right here. You just need a few couple things, and you'll be right back at it competing with anybody. But you don't want to spend it. You have the money open, and you're still sitting there talking about, oh, we're looking. What the hell are you looking for? You got the money to go get somebody, go get them.
38 million. You got 38 million in cap space,
right?
And you could actually free up more of that by signing Tyler Smith. And they want to talk about we need to wait. We need to wait on what? I know. Actually, see? I just remember that damn Jones boy quote. Jerry said, "Well, you may have a new coach in 3 or 4 years, and he may not want that player." What fucking coach on the history of coaches that have ever coached is going to show up to a team and see a 2 or 3 time get annual all-pro offensive lineman and be like, actually, I don't want that. Man, you piss on my leg, tell me it's raining. You shit fall back in it, whatever else you want to say. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard a human say. And Jerry said a lot of dumb shit. But that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard a human say. You heard that quote, right?
Yeah, he's just also 80-something years old, dog. And you said he's a drunk.
Hell,
Come on, bro.
He's drunk. He's been spending the last 10 years in a memory care facility on the West Coast.
I'm saying we know he liked to get his drink on. We know he liked to get his drink on.
Oh, yeah.
So
he likes
my
to get
thing is
drink on, likes to get his toot on.
Okay. We know he like to kick it. So I don't listen to what he say with stuff. Okay. And he's 82. I'm sorry. I just don't.
That was but
you shouldn't either though, Mike. Come on, you right.
At the end of the day, you have to, because at the end of the day, he's still, whatever happens, all the scouts, all the coaches, Will McClay, Shoddy, all of it. At the end of the day, that man says green light, red light.
You're right.
That's I mean,
I just feel like the main culprit is Steven, in my opinion, because you look at him and you see what he talks about.
Person.
Well, I mean, like I said, then we just say the front office, because I don't believe your coach is not saying like, hey man, can you get me somebody? Because he already said y'all went out and got like 4 offensive linemen. None of those guys they got were any good. Okay. And he said, no, I need somebody real. I need a dog, because we need this right here started. And then go get me that. We'll see. You got 30-something million. There shouldn't be no we'll see. But let's talk about the draft, because we already know with them. Let's talk about the draft. We already know about your first pick. You don't like. I like him. Man, did you have to him at 12? I didn't want it at 12. I wanted McMillan. I wanted the big receiver. It didn't happen, but I'm cool, because I feel like I'll just say my thing about Tyler Booker, and I know you're gonna like him too, because you're just mad. You're just mad right now, Mike. You're gonna love him, and I know you are, because you like offensive line.
I've never said anything about the player. I never said anything about the player.
Well, just yell at front office then. Don't yell at him. It ain't his fault.
I've never yelled at him. I've never yelled at him one time.
You know he's a dog. You know he's a dog.
I haven't said one negative word about the pick itself.
Is it going to be a dog?
Yes.
Is it going to be an animal?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Now, what about the second round? Do you know anything about the Riziku? Have you watched him?
Boston College, edge rusher, technically sound. Love the pick. I think they had a great draft. I really do. I really do.
You're just mad about that receiver.
Because I know they're not going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what burns me up. I knew if they didn't take a wide receiver in the first 2 picks, it wasn't going to happen.
It was Mingo. We all did. I mean, we had a draft show, and as soon as they picked Booker, some guys went off because they were like, y'all already know it's going to be Mingo. We did know. Everybody, if you follow the Dallas Cowboys and you follow them, you knew when they traded that 4th round pick for Jonathan Mingo, we knew that was our receiver next year. We all jumped on Twitter and said, well, there's our receiver for next year's draft or next year's draft. I mean, we all said it, and it came to fruition. So that ain't, to me, a coach thing. That's a front office thing because they didn't have to do that. They did not have to do it, just like they didn't have to spend that 4th round pick on Trey Lance, and now he's over with the Chargers. You didn't have to pick him.
Realistically, you should already be planning for the CeeDee Lamb succession plan. Like, that's how football works. Your draft is supposed to be 3 to 4 year plans. You have nothing, absolutely nothing on the roster. You could cut everybody on this roster outside of Turpin because he's a special teams guy and somebody would get him. You could cut every single player on wide receiver on this roster outside of Lamb, and they would all clear waivers. Every single one of them.
I'm not fighting.
Oh, they don't play games in March. They don't play games in April. This team doesn't win games in April because they don't want to pick up anybody.
I mean, I'm not fighting you on that.
And we know it's not going to change.
Yeah,
and then we're going to get to the season. We're going to see a nice pocket. And what's going to happen? Why is Dak not letting the ball go? Why's Dak not letting the ball go? Because nobody's fucking open. God forbid CeeDee Lamb goes down for 6 weeks. Say he pulls a hammy.
Well, man. Well, Mike, you got to keep on saying it out there in these streets, dog. We just got to keep pushing it because if we're that frustrated about it, we got to keep pushing it in the streets because they listen. They on Twitter. They see this shit. Start tagging them, dog. You be going ham. Tag them. Tag them.
I'm in a place where outside of this show, bro, like I'm in a place.
I know what you're saying.
Why do I care more? Why should I care more than they do?
But this is just an analytical thing because I don't care. I don't have the emotional part in it now. I'm like
I just
analytical.
don't care.
I look at as analytically. Just tag them. Hey, y'all need to get this receiver. Hey, y'all need to get the receiver because, I mean, that's the front office is in the way of this because.
But I know the girl that runs that account. I don't know.
Yeah, you could.
Be mean to her. She's doing a job.
You ain't mean to her. Just be nice. You got the niceness in you. I seen it. You got some niceness in you. You just show it. We need your voice out there, dog. You got to go out there and say it because guess what? If we don't say it, it ain't never going to really happen because this is the only thing holding this team back. If you look at it, that's the only reason why. If they made a couple moves, everybody would be like, okay, these dudes are serious. And we would overtake these teams. I know for a fact we would. We are holding ourselves back with not making some necessary moves. The front office just holds us back. And I ain't saying they don't do good things. They're not just the most terrible front office in the world. No, they're not. But I think you know it like I know it. They have that air about them that you don't tell us what to do. We do it the way we want to do it, and we're going to do it how we want to do it, and on the time we want to do it. I think that's the attitude they have. That's what it is. So let's talk about Trevin Diggs because I wanted to talk about this. Well, no, let's talk about Let's talk about when they picked up Arizaku. Do you feel like that put a blast on Sam Williams? They got Dante Fowler. They moved. Is Micah going to play a lot more linebacker this year because of Eberflus? What do you think?
I mean, prove to me that Sam Williams isn't a hurt guy. That's where I'm at with that. He can do all the talking he wants in the world. Same thing with Overshown. Show me you're not a hurt guy because you were a hurt guy in college, and it's continued into the pros.
Yeah.
So you're a hurt guy.
You are.
And what do we say in class? Hurt guys stay hurt. I don't care how you got hurt. I don't care if it was a skateboard accident and then you rolled your ankle practice and then you got shot by a BB gun and lost your eye. I don't care what. The fact of the matter is hurt guys stay hurt. And your two defensive players that a lot of the fan base is counting on are hurt guys. And we're one more injury away from Dak being a hurt guy.
Mm-hmm. I said it last year. He's coming. It's right there. He's on the cusp.
He's been doing a lot of he's been doing a lot of body work and stuff this year that I'm hoping is going to translate to the fast twitch muscles and
That's why
fibers
you
and
got to
get.
protect him too, though. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's well. He already had enough pocket time. He's had continuously the second or third quickest release in the league since Tom Brady retired. So he knows how to protect himself. The fact is, you need somebody that can take 2 steps and get open, and you don't have that. So I guess you go take an offensive lineman so he can watch CeeDee Lamb get triple covered.
Well, like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But
Oh,
let's talk.
Ravel was a terrible pick. I hated that. I
Why?
hated that. Why?
Why?
He's hurt guy. He's
He
hurt
got hurt
guy.
one time.
Blew his knee out.
Okay, that don't happen. So
And
if
they
a
think
player blows his knee out, he's a hurt guy. Come on,
the
dog.
propaganda has already started where he can already do some of the things. And Cowboys fans are going to turn on this dude.
He got hurt in last September.
He had surgery in late October
Right. That's enough time.
from a knee reconstruction. What did Trayvon Diggs look like last year?
Because you said he didn't attack his rehab. That was his problem. That's why he got injured again. Didn't you say that?
He got hurt early in the year too. And this kid isn't an NFL player. He's a prospect. He didn't have a healthy all pro rookie season. He's coming into his rookie season. And Cowboys fans are going to turn on this kid because they do not understand healthy to resume football activities and NFL ready has improved because the NFL is a wave pool. If you are not constantly treading water, you are going to drown. And losing any amount of time on your rookie offseason is massive, man. And people constantly disrespect that, and then they'll be tagging Ravel. Man, you got burnt. The AJ Brown turned you into burnt toast, and this, that, and the other. And
That's in
it's the
every
expectation.
organization.
I don't disagree. I'm saying the expectations for this kid are unreasonable. You see it in the chat. People are expecting this kid to start day one.
That's their fault.
I'm not saying it's not.
You feel me? Like
He's not going to be
we're
ready.
rational. He probably might not be. We don't know that. We have to see. He tore that. You
It's
said
gonna have.
he had surgery in October.
They turned on Diggs. They turned on Lee. They turned on LVE. They turned on Gallup. They turned on
So what?
Spencer.
Who cares?
They
Who
turned
cares
on
what they
Ware
turn on? Who cares what they turning on?
because
Because
they don't
Spencer's. I
understand
don't care
that
what
the
they
guy
do. We ain't worried about
that
them. We talking about us. We ain't talking
that is
about
a two
them. You said it was a
this
terrible pick.
draft.
You're only saying it's a terrible pick because you worried about what the people say. Who gives a F what the people say, Mike? You saw the player. He's a playmaker. Okay, a knee injury.
And
You act like
and
this ain't
hopefully
1992 where you get a torn ACL and your career might be over. The medicine is different. It's 2025. You can rehab from an ACL or a torn up knee in 7
yeah,
to
you can
8 months
rehab
and be
from it.
okay. Yes, so he can be okay. But if you're looking at that prospect, I watched that prospect. That's a damn good prospect you picked up with that size. You rarely see guys that size that have that play. Dog, you see him breaking on the ball when he sees the anticipation, bro. That was a great pick. Yeah, he's hurt,
Yeah,
but it's not. But he wasn't a hurt guy. I look when he was in high school coming up to now. He was never had no major injuries. This is his first. He's not a hurt
I
guy.
understand that. I understand that he's hurt guy at the moment, and he has. Have you seen the? I've seen the pictures. I know all this. What people don't understand is I've blown my leg out. I've seen the atrophy. I've lost 60% of mass from my left
When'd you
leg to
blow
my
your
right
leg
leg.
out? When'd you blow your leg out?
4 times. I took my ACL,
Right.
PCL out in my left leg. I took my ACL, MCL
When
out
did
on
you
my
do
right
it though?
leg.
When did you do it?
08, 12,
08,
16,
12.
and 16 and 19.
It's 2025, and they got this medicine,
Cool.
dog.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what doesn't change? You know what doesn't
Yeah.
change? Atrophy.
Okay. Well,
And building that leg back up.
he's building it up. He's going to be a good player. That was a great
I-
pick. You got him in the
he's gonna be
third
a great-
round, and he was a first round talent.
He's going to be a great player in 2026.
Okay. Well, you don't know that. You can't say that. You can't not
I
say that.
can.
You can say that, but it ain't no fact. It's not even proven. That's just what you're thinking. But he could come in and shock the
saying that he's
world.
going to be good,
He
saying that
could.
he's going to be good this year isn't a fact either.
Right. I'm not saying he's going to be good. I think he is going to be good, but he's going to take his rookie lumps. I don't think he's going to come in as a starter because of the injury, but slowly bring him on. You're going to see flashes of him.
Okay.
I believe you will see flash of his talent early. And then when you see flash of his talent, Mike's going to be tweeting the shit out of it when he sees the flash of his talent this
Okay.
year.
So
Watch Mike tweet.
You needed 3 starters with your first 3 picks, and you didn't get it.
Booker's going to be starter day one.
Yes, I'm hurt guy. Takes one to know one. Dave Walker, I know one. Takes one to know one.
No, Booker's going to be a starter day one.
Okay.
Rizuku is going to be in that lineup heavily. You just said
Okay.
Stan Williams not trust a hurt guy, and I think Rizuku is going to be definitely being packages. Revel, we just got to see the injury. We just got to see the injury. And Jaden Blue, they've got him in the 5th. He's definitely going to be playing. Did you like that pick?
Oh, at least they finally addressed the offense on day 3.
Exactly. And what is he going to be doing? He can catch out the backfield. That's one of his strengths. He had 41 catches out the backfield last year.
People already saying, idiot Cowboys fans are already telling me that he can be a slot receiver. If running backs could be wide receivers.
Why are you always worrying the hell about what the damn Cowboys fans
because
says?
I'm telling you what's going to be said about these guys.
What they say. We talking about me and you. We talking about
unrealistic expectations of the draft pick.
I'm talking about me and you. Do you like Jaden?
So
I'm asking you, not the stupid. No, I ain't calling no stupid fans. Not the fans that are saying.
No, they're stupid. Cowboys fans are some of the dumbest people on the planet.
Well, you know what? You can go to every organization and say that. That's the truth. Anyway, yeah, you can. They're all stupid. Every fan and every fan base is dumb. There's dumb fans in everyone. You can say that about every.
Yeah, but there's like more of us.
Might be.
So it's like,
but because expectations are higher because they want Super Bowl.
Because you can go to Indochina, there'll be a motherfucker right now wearing a Sean Lee jersey.
Can you agree with that? Because you won a lot of Super Bowls here. There's been a winning organization. So yes, fans are going to be spoiled and they're going to have a certain expectation, right? If you have a team ain't never won shit and they're just talking, you're just looking at them like they're goofy. But that's why the fans are different here, because they're used to winning. If you've been a fan like me, who's been in the game 40 years,
used to winning, we ain't won shit in 30 years.
Okay, but I said used to winning because I ain't these 2000 fans. I'm a 70s fan, so I'm used to winning.
Bro, you realize that like we're fucking old? Like,
okay, that's fine, but I ain't worried about that. What I'm talking to you about,
99% of your average sports fans was born after 9/11 right now.
I don't give a hell. What I'm asking you is, you got Jaden Blue out the backfield, damn a 2000 fan or whenever you were born. When you got Jaden Blue out the backfield and you can use him as in wheel routes, good screens, what we had talked about.
It was a great pick.
Exactly. So that's a weapon.
Finally, somebody that runs faster than a damn 4.6.
So I'm sure they were the coaching staff. We wanted a running back and we got one, and we got a fast one. A home run hitter.
That 4th round beat their ass, though, just like it did last year.
It did, but
that 4th round beat their ass.
Right, but Jaden Blue was supposed to be a 3rd. A lot of people had him in the 3rd. We got him in the 5th, or Dallas got him in the 5th.
He would have went probably in the 2nd if he wasn't allergic to the damn football.
But that's all right. That's mental. You can get over that. You can you cure that, and that's a home run hitter, and that makes the offense explosive, does it not? Yes or no?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to be able to run the ball. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So you know what I mean. So
I just want somebody other than CeeDee Lamb that you actually have to cover.
Yeah,
that's all.
I mean, but it's not like I don't disagree with that, Mike. But you know what? I'm always saying, if you don't get that receiver, and I don't like it, you didn't get him. You at least keep Dak protected and at least get that defensive front, which, in my opinion, they still pissed me off that they didn't address the defensive tackle front until the 7th round. I don't like that. I like Teo, but I seen the tape on him. I like him. I like Togan, but too many times he gets washed out the pocket. With his size, he gets pushed. He's not. If you run sideways, like in a zone concept against him, it really takes away his game. If you really look at the games, he can hold the double team one-on-one. He's nice a record, but to put that pressure on a first-year guy with Mozzie, Daxon, and Justin Rogers, that defensive tackle room is still not good to me. And you still need aggression. You need to stop the run.
It's like his hips are greased. he swings like a real well-oiled gate. If you
I know
catch that
Blue's not a
shoulder,
bell cow.
if
Uh,
you catch that shoulder, he just opens up. He just opens up, man. And a dude that big, then again, if he didn't open up like that, he probably would have went in the top 80. But instead, he goes on the back end of day three. Um, it's just you watch it, you get that hand. A guy like Tyler Smith will break that dude's shoulder off.
well, that's a good thing though. Um, like I said, we talk about that receiver one, and you need explosive, but we need to stop the run. He gave up 135 on the ground and 157 at home and 25 rushing touchdowns. So that's been when you keep on
The
talking
reason you
about
can't
receiver
stomp the
two.
run is the reason you can't stomp the run is none of your corners want to tackle.
Okay, but that's
And
what
you got and
Eberflus
you
in
and you got
Eberflus's
rid of the
defense. You got
only
to do that.
you got rid of the only corner that would tackle in
You
Jordan
didn't get
Lewis.
rid of him.
You
They
got
asked. He said, "I wasn't taking any more pay cuts," and that's front
nor
office
should
fault
he,
once again.
nor should he.
He said, "I'm not giving no more hometown discounts." You were paying Jordan
That
Lewis.
was
You were paying Jordan Lewis
that
10
was
million.
something. Yes,
Okay.
without a hesitation, because now you have no leadership on the defensive side of the ball.
I think you got some leadership there back there.
Who? There's a difference in being
I
loud and being a leader.
I ain't saying Ben. All right, we just gonna. I ain't even gonna get into that because we just gonna disagree on that. I ain't even gonna go there. I think there is gonna be some leadership being shown in there, and you just gotta wait and see. I thought some of the bad stuff that was there, is gone now. Yeah, you probably you could have signed Jordan Lewis. You know what I'm saying? You could have. But once again, is that coaches or is that your front office don't want to pay the player? The front office don't want to go get your receiver too. The front office don't want to get you a stout defensive tackle.
They
Hold on, where you ain't got to rely on Mozzie and Denzel Jackson and Justin Rogers, and then you get another seventh round defensive tackle. That's front office that don't want to go out there and get a real defensive tackle, and you had the money to do it. You could have got a real receiver, a real defensive tackle, and then when you went into this draft, we wouldn't have been saying nothing like that. So that's front office don't want to spend the money because you did all this restructuring, you did all this signing, you still got money sitting there, and you don't get them people. So if Dallas is not succeeding, I'm not going to sit there and saying that's the new coach's fault when the front office been seeing this and they've been needed to address it, and it's been kicking their ass for years on years on years on years on years, and they still don't want to touch that defensive tackle position because no, they don't want to spend no money. They keep on want to get Linville Joseph for $1 million and be 36 years old. You couldn't even got Calais Campbell. He went to Arizona for $5 million, even at 39. Last 2 years, over 100 tackles, 11 sacks. You could have spent the money and got him and had some leadership. Did they want to do it? Is that a Brian Schottenheimer fault? No, I don't think so. I think that's a Stephen Jones or Jerry Jones, whatever the one is the cheapest. That's their problem, and that's their fault. And the reason why they don't compete and the Dallas Cowboys don't compete like they should is because they don't do that. These other organizations, they say, the GM says, hey, man, I need to go get this so we can make this happen because if I don't, y'all going to fire me. So they're like, okay. But just like you said, Mike, it just goes back to what you said. There's no threat of them being fired. There's no threat of anybody telling them what to do. So they just choose to do it their way and how they want to do it. And they can change this whole narrative in 1 year. They can change it right now. They can have this team right back on top competing, but they refuse to do it. So that's the only time I question. And when people out there are so pro front office, this is the only thing I question, Mike, when I want to ask these people that are so pro front office, and I see them on Twitter and they're so pro front office, and are you pulling on the front office now? Or are you just loving them for the draft? No, this is what I say. If those people are so pro front office, then why? If they have the power to change this and they know they can get a few players, this team is already good with the players they have, and they can leapfrog these other teams. Why don't they do it then when they have the money right now? And wouldn't this bring more money in? Because everybody from Dallas land would jump right on, buy jerseys, go to buy more tickets. Why are they stopping it?
the reason the reason that you see the water carriers with different accounts, and I'm not going to name any names, but they're obvious, is crabs in a bucket. They know that glazing and putting out constant media shit that gets engagement and gets clicks towards the website will get them closer to having a job on a team. What they don't know is the Cowboys pay like the least amount of all the teams in the NFL, especially considering the market and share that they bring in. So that's where you get these glazers that will write whatever and say whatever and say that. I mean, there's active accounts right now that think that Dez should be an option. Just anything to hype the team up and hype this up. And it now back to Shoddy, man. Like, I get you like him, and I may even like him, but at the end of the day, the call's still coming from inside the house. And thinking that this coach is gonna undo the 30-year bird nest backlash of this fishing reel in one season,
I didn't say
or
that.
at all,
I didn't
or
say
at
that.
all, or at all, period.
I didn't say that.
It's
I did a
just
show with Mike Fisher, and I know how you feel. But this is what Mike Fisher says, and this is the truth. And I know this to be the truth. He said, and I'm gonna keep on repeating it. Go watch the last show I did with Mike Fisher. He said at the end, the Joneses are never changing. That's what he told me. They ain't never changing. What the Cowboys, players, and coaches gonna have to do are rise above it and be better than that. Because they ain't changing. They ain't. And we know
so.
this. You know that. So Dallas is the only way they will ever get to the promised land is if they play some old crazy. That's why to me, this locker room has to be tight knit. That's why the coach has to have it tight knit, and they have to band together and rise above. They're not giving us this, so we're gonna have to play on a different level. That's why I want that type of coach in there. Because if you don't have that type of coach in there and you have something else contradictory to it, and the front office ain't doing it, then they're gonna underachieve badly, in my opinion. You need a coach.
whether it be whether it be Dak Prescott or the next guy or the next guy or the next guy or the next guy, whatever quarterback gets this incompetent remedial franchise to the NFCC, much less gets to the Super Bowl or wins it, will be a automatically top 5 quarterback in NFL history because you have the Dak stick against you
Right.
the minute you step on before
And
you even step on the field.
that's what I said about Dak. I said if Dak were ever to get to a Super Bowl and much less win it,
All he has to do is be 2 times better than Mahomes,
he would
and
be
he'll
the
get there.
he would be the Dallas Cowboys greatest quarterback because what he had to fight through up in here. I admitted that myself. So, I'm not, like I said, I ain't disagreeing with what you're saying, but we know what it is. I just told you. They ain't changing.
I, I yeah, I just yeah, I just
I feel you. But you just gotta let them emotions go from it, Mike. Gotta let them emotions
no,
go.
no, no. It only gets to me when I get to talking about it because I used
Mm-hmm.
to really care about this team, right? Like
Yep.
it would fuck my week up, and
Mm-hmm. I
I would
agree.
spend hours and hours and
Yep.
hours and hours watching all 22 and
Yep.
doing anything I could and caring and say, hey, here's a guy we could get. He may
Yep.
only be $3.5 million, and that's and then they don't do it, and then you see him go somewhere else and he balls out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn it, we could have had that, and then you just see it constantly, 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 and I'm like, why the fuck should I care more than they do?
Mm-hmm.
That and I can't allow myself to continually be victimized by this incompetent gaslighting group of nepo baby alcoholics. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. It's bad for my mental health. It's bad for anybody's mental health. And what ends up happening is you end up fighting a losing battle. No matter what kind of numbers I pull, no matter what I say online, it always comes back to, oh, it's Dak. Well, I'll be damned. Dak isn't 4 times better than Mahomes. You know, fuck him for being that, right? And it's just while people, oh, the next coach, oh, the next quarterback, the next tight end, it'll be different this time. It'll be different this time. It'll be different this time. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, nothing is changing until these dudes are in the dirt. Period. And I hate to come on here and say this shit like this, but it's like I love that this is the best draft they've had since probably like fucking 2012. But the team isn't any better because you're not scoring any points and you're not going to make any moves to just put the cherry. Give me a little whipped cream. Give me a little piece of cheese. Give me a little piece of bacon. Just put it on top right there and set this whole thing off. And they won't fucking do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Dog. We did a show this past week on a final word, and that's the thing I said. I mean, I echo everything you just said. I said this on the final word Tuesday. He threw his hat so damn far he gotta go. Mike is pissed. I mean, I feel him, bro.
I'm hot, dude.
I feel him though. But I said this on the final word, bro. I'm saying the exact same things that right now you just had this draft that was one, like everybody damn near gave you a B plus to a A in this draft, and it hit so many spots, and this team can just be so nasty now. Just go get a couple more things, and just like you said, that would be the cherry on top, and we'd be back rolling. And with this new voice, the coach give him full backing, we will be rolling. We will be steamrolling. The same way they flipped with the Washington Commanders going from nothing to the championship game to possibly the Super Bowl, it would happen just like that in Dallas. I 100% believe that in my heart. I 100% believe that in my heart. If they would just do a few things, it would flip the whole script, especially with this new coach you have in here, who I feel like is changing the culture. You could just put the icing on the cake, and Dallas could be back competitive. You could go back to competing for Super Bowls, but you just don't want to do it. And
Dude,
that's why we're all mad and frustrated. And those water carriers or whatever you call them, I totally agree because they keep on spinning it. But the whole point is Dallas don't do it. We watch these other teams and we're like, bro, that team ain't better than us. Bro,
No.
Philly ain't better than us. And then they say we're jealous. No, we're not jealous. We really know that we're better than you. If our front office would just do a few things, dog, we would kick your ass. We beat your ass in the regular season. We beat a lot of your teams in these. But
say the moves they make don't work out. What happens? Yeah. Nobody gets fired.
Yeah.
You could trade the next 6 years first round picks for fucking Kyle Pitts.
And it wouldn't matter.
Stupid? Is that stupid? Yeah, it's really, really, really stupid. Nobody getting fired.
No.
Nobody getting fired, dude.
That's what we've been talking about, though, Mike. I mean,
and I'm just asking. We got this chicken fried steak sitting here, man. We got the green beans. They got the bacon in it, man. We got the corn. We got an ice cold Coke. We ain't got no gravy. Ain't got no gravy. I just want some gravy. We already got the meal. I just want some gravy, man. Just put a little bit of just I don't even know. I don't even need pepper in it. It could be instant gravy. Just bring me a little gravy, man, because I'm dry.
And y'all know what to do. And y'all know what
that
to do.
Gravy gonna set it off.
Y'all know what kind of gravy to go get to set it off to, and it's like, nah, we ain't gonna get that gravy. We're gonna wait.
Choke it down, bitch. Drink your Coke. Put some ketchup on it.
Figure it out.
I don't want to put ketchup on it. I want some gravy.
And they'll get ketchup. And here's the thing, though, Mike. If they do that, they're going to get the praise that they want. You're going to get the praise that you want. You're going to get the praise that you're going to get everything that that y'all seem to say y'all want. Y'all will get it. They're already talking in the media how y'all had the greatest draft ever, and they're still saying, but Dallas just won't make a few more moves. They're saying they just won't make a few more moves because if they just make a few more moves, Dallas will be right there, and nobody will be saying, "Oh, everybody." Yeah, I don't do it because, like I said, if I get emotional, I'll be mad, and that's why I had to.
This is the only time. This is the first time this team's pulled me off sides in over a year. They got me offside today. Son of a bitch. I need
Yeah.
to go for a walk. I need a foot rub, and actually I'm gonna cook a ham here in a minute. I I'm tired, and I don't want to be angry. It's Lord's Day, Sunday, sun shining. I love the draft. Just give me some gravy. I
Right.
just little cup, just a little cup of it.
Yeah. Well, we got to get up off here. We over an hour. We like to stay an hour. So it is what it is, Mike. This is a great show. Appreciate your emotions, raw emotions. Hope you watched this. We watched. It was a good show. Really good show. Real good show. A lot of emotions. Lot of just rawness. A lot of truths. A lot of reals. We're real Cowboy fans right here, and we just try to tell the truth. Like, it's real raw emotion right here. Like, we ain't water carriers. We just want the team to
I
be
threw my damn
successful.
hat. I just got this hat. I like this damn hat. I don't
I,
want to throw this hat.
I,
Got me
I
out here
like
throwing my damn hat.
I like the hat too. I like the hat. Yeah.
Mm.
So, hey, appreciate you, dog. Go cook your food. Say what's up to wifey and go pet the dogs for me, man.
Hey, I appreciate everybody coming by. I'm gonna be cool the minute I step off here because I'm gonna go take a shot and probably go for a walk. I mean, it's beautiful out here. I mean, I'm gonna take the dog, probably go down to the creek, and thank y'all for stopping in. Love you, brother.
Love you,
Everybody have a
dog.
happy Sunday.
Hey, my dog is wild, but I'm out of here too, man. Talk to y'all soon. Big game.